Hello, my colorful artists. Today we are going to finish our owl. And to do that, we're going to use a fancy art word that is known as pattern. Now, some of you might already know what a pattern is. Maybe you're wearing a shirt that has a pattern on it. A lot of animals have patterns on them, like stripes and spots. But in art, when you're talking about a pattern, it is something that happens over and over and over again in the same way, again and 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 again. So if I'm talking about a pattern, it's like one thing and then another, and then one thing and then another, and it happens over and over and over. So for example, let's say I'm doing a color pattern. I might have blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. So a pattern is something that happens over and over and over like that in your artwork. Get it? So when you have two things that are in a pattern, we like to call it an A-B pattern because it's like A, B, A, B, A, B. And there are other kinds of patterns we'll talk about later. There's an ABC pattern, which you might guess is three things. But when you're doing a pattern in art, we want to kind of do something like that over and over and over and make your picture beautiful. We're going to use patterns on our owl to make him look really cool. So first I want to color in my background. And if you remember before, we've used a crayon sideways. Okay, so I want you to find a crayon that doesn't have a wrapper, or if you have a crayon that does have a wrapper, you can kind of carefully peel that wrapper off. A lot of times you already have crayons that are missing wrappers because you peel them off as the crayon gets smaller and smaller. But if you have a crayon that already has a wrapper missing, that's what we're going to use for this. So I want you to pick a color you want your sky to be and find a crayon that color that does not have a wrapper on it. Okay? And we're going to use that crayon sideways to color our sky. So let's say Mr. Galloway is going to use purple because I think that'd look cool. So I'm going to turn my purple sideways and I'm going to kind of fill in all the spaces around my owl. Okay? And you might get a little bit over, like see I'm getting a tiny bit over my feathers and a tiny bit over my tree, but that's okay. I just want to fill in the spaces around my owl with a color sideways. If you want your sky to look like the daytime, you might want to pick a blue sky or a bright blue. If you want a nighttime picture, you might want to pick a black or a dark blue or a purple like Mr. Galloway's doing. But I want you to take your crayon and softly color your background with a sideways crayon, kind of like that. Okay, so we got that. Now, we're going to color our feathers in a pattern, an A-B pattern. So you're going to pick two colors that you want your owl to be. Maybe Mr. Galloway is going to pick, let's see, what do I want my owl to be? I'm going to pick, we'll do this. This will be cool. I am a fan, and I've probably said this in another video, I really like orange and green together. I think they look cool. So I'm going to pick two colors. I'm picking orange and green. Wait, this is purple. And Mr. Galloway needs a nap. I'm going to pick purple and green, and I'm going to use those on my picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this in an A-B pattern, and I want to color nice and hard and dark so it looks really good. So I'm going to pick my first color. I'll start with purple, and I'm going to color that first little section of my owl in all the way with my first color. So that first little stripe of his head, okay? Now I've got another little stripe. I'm going to switch to my other color, green. And I'm going to color this little section in green. You can use any two colors you want. Then I'm going to go back to purple and color this little section in between his eyes, purple. Now this is his beak. I don't want to color his beak the same color as my pattern. So you can pick a beak color and go ahead and color the beak in whatever color you want. Maybe I'll color mine this kind of dark orangey color. And in fact, I'm going to color my feet, my little claws, that same color. So I'll go ahead and do that. All right, looking good. You know, it would have been cool if I striped my toes. So I've got my beak and my claws, my talons, that orange color. So I went purple, green, purple. Can you guess the next color? Purple, green, purple, green, purple, green, purple, green, purple, green. So I went purple, green, purple, green. I'm going to take my green crayon and I'm going to color this next little stripe in green. Making it look the best I can, you. Coloring an owl is the most fun I've ever had, except for that time where I had more fun. Sorry. But I colored in my feathers like that. And then I'm going to do your purple. Purple and green, purple and green. My teeth are purple and green. No, they're not. It's a joke. Don't take it too seriously, guys. I don't have purple green teeth. All right. So then I'm going to go green. And we're going to go down the whole body just like that. Whoa. Purple, green, purple, green, purple, green. Baby pattern, all the way down. Nice, sweet, cute, adorable little baby owlie. And purple. And then green. So I have a wonderful little baby pattern of feathers going down my owl, and he looks so cool so far. Now I could do the same two colors for the wings and do green and purple, or maybe I want to pick different colors for that. It's up to you. But we're going to color in these sections as well. I want to color his little ears green. You can color your ears whichever color of your pattern you think will look the best. I'm doing green because it's next to the purple and I think that'll look good. And for this, since this is green right beside that, I'm going to start with purple so that it sticks out just a little more. I'll do this first part of my wing purple, and I'll do the under part green. Now, if you wanted your wings and your horns to be a different color, that's fine with me. It's up to you. And I'll do the same thing outside. Oh yeah. Now, I want to leave his eyes white, or I've had some people color the eyes yellow, and I think that looks pretty cool. So you can either leave them white or color them yellow. If you do color them yellow, leave the little dot white. So if I decide to color these eyes yellow, so they look like they're glowing in the night, that's fine as long as I leave that white. And maybe I'll do my moon yellow while I'm at it. A yellow moon in the night sky. How curious. Now, for this, you can pick whichever of your two colors you want. It could be green, it could be purple. Or if you wanted to, you could pick a different color for the face. Maybe Mr. Galloway wants to do a bright orange for a face. That might look kind of cool. The only thing I would not do is I would not make the face the same color as your eyes. So I picked yellow for my eye. So I'm not going to color the face yellow. I want this to be different. Okay. So if you really want a yellow face, then I would leave the eyes white. If you don't care, then you can pick a different color. Or technically this is your picture, so it could be any color you really want. These are all just suggestions. So I've got my sweet little orange face and my purple and green stripy owl. Then I'm just going to color the rest in. I want my leaves to be kind of fall colors. So maybe I'll put some orange leaves. Maybe I'll put some red leaves. Leave me alone. Don't leave me. Whatever. Sorry. Oh, Mr. Galloway. Why are you so weird? Whatever colors you want. I could lightly... Oh, I don't have a brown crayon. I'll use a brown color pencil. I could lightly color my tree in brown. I don't want it to be too dark because it would kind of overpower the paper a bit. Could do my branch brown, a brown branch, a branch, a brown branch, just like this. Lovely, lovely. You could even do like a little, I could do a little AB pattern on my branch if I wanted to, because I had those little wavy lines on it. That might look really cool. That'll make it look like there's bark. I'm just making this up as I go. You know how I is. And then maybe I'll put his little tail, that same dark purple, poking out from the bottom. And voila, I have a cute, sweet little owl picture that I can hang on my fridge, put in a frame, give to my family, use as a Halloween decoration. What if the owl says, ooh, boo, instead of hoo hoo? Anyway, so I hope you had fun with your AB pattern coloring in your owl. I know yours looks remarkable, and I cannot wait to see it. So post pictures of it on Seesaw, and can't wait to see it. I'll see you next week, guys. We'll do a new project, and I'm excited. See ya.